Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a father and his young son. The son had a quick temper and often found himself lashing out at others. Whether it was with his friends or even at home, he would get angry over the smallest things. This worried the father greatly, for he knew that anger could ruin relationships and leave scars deeper than any physical wound. One evening, after the boy had once again lost his temper, the father called him to the backyard. There, the father handed the boy a hammer and a bag of nails. "Son," the father said gently, "every time you feel angry, instead of shouting or hurting someone with your words, I want you to take a nail and hammer it into this old wooden fence." The boy, confused but curious, agreed. The next time he got angry, he grabbed a nail, went out to the fence, and hammered it in. On the first day, the boy drove in nearly a dozen nails. With each hit of the hammer, he felt his anger ease a little. Over the next few days, the number of nails he hammered into the fence started to decrease as he found himself thinking before reacting. As weeks passed, the boy learned to control his temper, and soon there were days when no nails were hammered at all. He proudly went to his father and said, "I didn't have to hammer any nails today, father. I didn't get angry." The father smiled and took his son to the fence. "You've done well, my son," he said. "Now, I want you to do one more thing. For every day you manage to stay calm, I want you to go and pull out one nail from the fence." Again, the boy agreed. Day by day, he started pulling out the nails. It took him many weeks, but eventually he removed every single nail from the fence. He excitedly went to his father and said, "Father, I've done it. There are no more nails in the fence." The father walked over to the fence and gently placed his hand on the rough surface. "You've done well, my son, but look at the fence closely now." The boy looked and noticed that the fence was full of holes where the nails had once been. "You see, son," the father explained, "anger is like those nails. When you lose your temper and say hurtful things, you drive nails into people's hearts. Even if you later apologize and make amends, the damage remains, like these holes. It's always better to think before you act, so you don't leave scars that cannot easily be healed." The boy stood quietly, understanding the lesson his father had given him. From that day forward, he promised himself to be more mindful of his words and actions, remembering that while anger can be fleeting, its impact can last forever. Moral: words and actions driven by anger can leave lasting wounds. It is important to manage our emotions and think before we react, for the damage caused by hurtful words may never fully heal.